Women react to alpha males and ignore beta males. What do I mean by this? What I mean by this is the more outspoken you are, the more unfiltered you are, the more unwilling you are to try to be this fake nice guy, but instead be your genuine and authentic self, no matter how much that offends the girl or offends the tribe, the more you're going to have women react to you. And most times they're going to react on the surface very hostile towards you. They're going to be very angry at you, very upset at you, because you're saying these things that are not part of the social norm. They're not part of the mainstream narrative that they're hearing from late night talk show hosts like Jimmy Fallon and Trevor Noah, right? And who is the other person? I don't know, all those other blue pill simps. Like, you're not espousing the values and ideas of the tribe. So I got to attack you, okay? Because you're not joining in on the group thing. So these girls are going to constantly try to attack you, aka react to you, right? They're going to react to you, and the more you stand your ground, okay? Very, very important that you stand your ground, guys. The more you stand your ground, the more sexual attraction they are just going to develop for you. I mean, the more you talk away and the more you don't back down, the more sexually attracted they are going to become to you, okay? And they're going to be hitting you with things like saying, oh, you're repulsing me, you disgust me, I hate you, da-da-da. Don't be fooled for a second. That's attraction. Okay, that's sexual attraction. When it comes to all of the betas in their social circle and all of those blue pill beta simps that are following the mainstream narrative and the late night talk show hosts and are following the politically correct mob and are filtering themselves and are like, you go girl, it's all about you and woman power and let's celebrate Women's Day and let's get the pink pussy hats on and let's just cheer on for women, and they're whipping their pom-poms out for them. Those guys, those betas, they're getting ignored. None of these females are paying attention to them, right? At least not sexually, right? These guys are just invisible to them. And you know why these guys are simping like that. They're trying to manipulate these girls into pulling down their pants for them. They're like trying to manipulate these girls by wearing the pussy hats and trying to march for them and the women's rights and all this so they can hopefully have a chance at pulling her panties down, right? At the end of the day, you're not kidding any of us, right? I mean, every single guy on the planet knows what these guys are up to, especially those guys who claim to be male feminists. Like, dude, you're trying to get laid. Get the fuck out of here. Are you trying to kid, right? But those guys foolishly think they're going to get laid, and they never do, because they are invisible to women, especially hot women. They're just invisible. The more you go along with these chicks, the more you kowtow to them, the more you support their narrative, the less attracted they are to you, the less chance they're going to have sex with you, okay? The more invisible you are to them. But when you go against their narrative and you stand your ground, you don't kowtow to them, you're not willing to sacrifice your values and your beliefs for their, for their vagina, when they see that you genuinely stand behind what you say, a magical thing will happen. They'll respect you. They might hate you, but they will respect you, okay? They will respect you. And for women, respect translates to sexual attraction. They're wired to feel sexual attraction for a man that they have respect for. Period. That's why these betas who just kind of go along with their narrative and just are like an echo chamber for them, like where they're like, oh, feminism, and the guy's like, yes, yay feminism, like, oh, leftist values, yay leftist values, or whatever else, socialism, yay socialism, yay communism, those guys are just an echo chamber for them. They're never going to have sex with those guys. They won't. I mean, if you were to bring up any of those guys, they'd be like, oh, gross, ew, no, I can't imagine having sex with him. But bring up the conservative that they hate, and I'm just using that as an example, right? I don't vote, so don't try to pin me to any party. Say a conservative guy comes up and is like, screw those values, feminists are evil, and you've wrecked society, and you're just trying to undo the family, and, you guys should be abolished. And the girl will be like, what are you saying? Oh my gosh, you're going against the social narrative. She'll like flip out like, you're so evil, you're a Trumper, and all this other stuff. Even though she's angry and she's feeling hateful, I mean, there's a lot of sexual attraction behind that. But a lot of these guys just don't know how to spin it and turn it into sexual attraction because they're lacking dating education and pickup training, right? They need to watch the 33 Secrets more, because I've done a number of coaching videos on this, and I've been able to turn these girls around in venues all the time. I mean, when I've approached a number of really great-looking feminists in, unknowingly, right, feminists in both San Francisco and in Hollywood, and then the chick flat out comes out and she's a feminist, and I hit her with the truth. I tell her feminists are evil. You guys are, a lot of women don't identify with that anymore, and what's your problem? You're on the bandwagon. I tell the girl like she's a zombie. She's been brainwashed. She can't think for herself. She has no individual thoughts, and I tell her like my concept of a strong woman, and I just hit her with everything, and the girl's like, oh my gosh, can you hear what I can't believe you're saying these things in this day and age. It's the 21st century, and it's like, I don't back down, right? I don't back down, and I could see the girl getting angry, I hate you, da-da-da. And then by the end of the night, without fail, I'm able to spin that into sexual attraction because I don't back down. I let the girl know, like, hey, I am not willing to abandon my beliefs, my values, to pull your pants down. I don't care if I don't see you naked. I just don't care. These are my values, these are my beliefs, and I ain't backing down. I'm not going to acclimate myself to your reality. Instead, you know what, girl? You're going to acclimate yourself to my reality, because my reality is stronger. Why? Because my reality is rooted in facts and statistics and logic and reason. Yours is just rooted in your own biased, narcissistic emotions. I'll even tell the girl that. You're just emotionally charged because you're narcissistic and you can't see the forest beyond the trees. I will hit the girl with things that no guy in her life has ever hit her with. No guy in her life was ever willing to say to her. And it's really easy these days because for a lot of these females, especially if they're hot, and a lot of these feministas especially, it's just one big echo chamber. People in general, everybody's afraid to say what they want to say to these girls, these people, right? I'm not. I will speak my mind. I will not filter myself. I refuse to apologize. I will say exactly what's on my mind. And again, it's based on facts and statistics. So, don't shoot the messenger. And these girls will just be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe all this. And they will be completely reacting to me without even knowing it. They'll be completely reacting to my frame, responding to me. They will ignore every single guy in the room, and they will be completely focused on me and what I'm saying and trying to shut me down. Through the night, I will let them wear themselves down, right? I will let them talk away, throw their emotional tirades, and I will just keep wearing them down, and I will just keep punching back with facts, logic, statistics, and it'll get to the point where they'll just finally break down, as all females do. They finally break down. Some of these chicks have started crying to try to win the argument, crying, and I've called them out on that. I'm like, are you seriously going to start crying to try to gain sympathy from the other beta males around here? Are you seriously going to try to turn like the beta tribe against me here because you have somebody who's calling you out? Be an adult. Be an adult. Hey, what happened to strong woman shit? What happened to strong woman shit, girl? I'll call her out. And then eventually she'll stop crying, and then she'll realize, like, shit, this guy is for real. I mean, really, the chick is trying to get to that point where she wants to keep pushing on you to see if you are real, right? The problem with a lot of guys is they buckle. They buckle at some point, or they kowtow to the girl, or they try to compromise their values. Okay, maybe we could meet halfway on this. Maybe feminists are not so bad if they would believe this, this, and this. I'm like, no, feminists are evil, period. Done. That's my beliefs. You're not changing it, right? I stand my ground. It gets to the point where every single word that comes out of my mouth, every single move I make, I could like reach to get a straw for my Coke, right? Every little single step, every little breath that I take, the girl's like she's just glued on me. She's looking me up and down at everything I'm wearing. I'm like, she's looking at my awesome watch. She's looking at my awesome tribal bracelet. She's looking at my rings. I mean, these girls like look at every aspect, like every little part of me, because she's looking at me like, wow, is this guy real, or is he just an illusion? Is he a hologram? Because she can't believe that somebody is finally standing up to her. And you know what it translates to? Sexual attraction. Do you know how many of these girls been like, you know what? I know we'll never agree on anything, but I'd really like you to come with me right now. Like, where are we going? I want you to come with me. I want you to come to my place. You want me to come home with you? Yeah. Let's go. Right? Just like that. Crazy shit, right? Things that she will never do with a beta male. She will never do this with a beta male, because at the end of the day, Women react to alpha males and they ignore beta males. Period. Women will always react to alpha males and they will always ignore beta males, right? All these guys that are wearing the pussy hat, I'm a male feminist and all this other shit, and just helping her create the echo chamber, like just parroting her beliefs, like whatever you say, girl, women's rights, pussy hats, me too, you know, and just whipping out their pom-poms and cheerleading along these females. These guys are just like completely invisible to these chicks, at least sexually, at least romantically, right? And this is really how my relationship started. I told you the last person I dated before I left San Francisco was a pretty hardcore feminist and really attractive feminist. I couldn't even believe this chick was a feminist until I got to know her better and started talking to her. And this was a chick who doesn't really date guys. I mean, she's not lesbo, but she was like, I'm just not interested in dating right now. She would always tell guys, no. She's like, a lot of guys want me. I always tell them, I'm not interested in dating. She told me that same shit too. I just want you to know so you don't waste your time. I'm not interested in dating. Oh, until I started hitting her with the fact that feminism is evil. You know, if you're championing these causes, maybe you're evil too. What? How could you call me evil? You know, and we started getting in those conversations and I stood my ground. I think it was even the first time we went out, we were already macking, right? I was making out with this chick and it was her constantly blowing up my phone trying to get me out. At that time, I was starting to build my business, so I was starting to get busy, and as much as I did want to hang out with her and I did want to see her more, she was like constantly on me and like, no, you said we had plans tonight. You better show up, Matt. You told me we had plans at 8 o'clock. I'm getting ready, and I'm gonna look good for you, and we're going to dinner. I mean, I was like, whoa, this feminist is like saying all this shit. She's acting like a woman, right? And the thing is, like, even to this day, 10 years later, she's like, thank you. I'm like, thank you for what? We're not even dating anymore. She's like, thank you. I'm like, why? She was like, just thank you for allowing me to be a woman, allowing me to feel like a woman. She's like, I really appreciate that. She's like, I'll never forget you. And she was like, I'll always care about you no matter what, and all this other stuff. I mean, she's dating this guy now who's kind of a chump, right? And the only reason we stopped seeing each other too at that time was she moved to New York like literally the same week I moved to LA. So we just kind of parted ways and I was like, okay, maybe I'll see you when I see you. She even helped launch my channel, The 33 Secrets. She even helped out. I was like, hey, let's help me shoot some videos and do this. And she's like, okay, right? And she totally like supported me. So it's really weird, but it just shows the power of staying in your masculine frame. The power of staying a man and not apologizing for it. And not kowtowing and not bending and not turning into a blue pill simp. You know, and this is why whenever guys try to call me out like, don't look alpha to me, this is what alpha looks like. It's a jack guy, 6'5", bulging muscles. I'm like laughing my ass off. I'm like, you think that guy's alpha? Let's see him try to sustain as much as I've sustained in the face of like social pressure, right? It's like, dude, anybody could look like that. I mean, that's like an 80s definition of alpha. You know, back when men were men, back when men actually were men. I mean, these days, there are a lot of guys out there who are jacked and are complete pussies and will kowtow to these chicks the second, like, they smell her perfume. I don't do that. I hold my frame. I'm willing to lose the opportunity to have sex with a girl to maintain my values and not abandon those, right? I will never do that. And because of that, it's never costed me sex. It's never costed me any of these girls. It's just made them more attracted. Just understand, guys, women react to alphas and reward alphas. Okay, I should add that too. Women will react and reward alphas, and they will always ignore the betas. With that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Very important you subscribe. Helps me out a ton when you do. So please subscribe to my channel and also share my coaching videos with like-minded friends of yours who really need this education, this training, okay? This dating education and pickup training. So share my coaching videos as well as subscribing.